We're ready to go for our Haprswell SelectBoard meeting of Thursday, November 6th. We'll start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, adoption of the agenda.
I would ask the board to just place one new item on your agenda, and it's to extend a lease agreement for a vehicle with Midcoast Hospital that was to have ended at the end of September this year, but they'd like to extend it to no later than December 31st,
Right after other
2025.
business.
Sure.
Down
Yeah.
to 10 and a half?
Yep.
Okay.
Debbie Turner wanted, but she's not here yet.
Oh,
So whenever she shows up, we'll sneak
Okay.
her in.
sure.
Other than that, no public comment. Select board announcements.
Only that, the campaign signs, I think every single one of them is still up, so you guys got to take them down.
Yeah.
Campaign's over. A lot of enthusiasm
All the
putting them
no's,
up.
all the no on twos.
Yeah.
Still up.
Yeah, right. A lot of enthusiasm when the campaign's running to put those
Yeah.
things up, but when, the campaign's over,
Yep. Oh, I want to thank Al LeGros for all the work he did on the comp plan.
oh, no
It
kidding.
passed.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I bet he's happy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Did he sleep last night?
He's pretty relieved. I think he's out of town right now. Other than that, that's all I got.
I got nothing.
You got nothing? You, David?
Yeah. Nope, that's it.
Town administrators report?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening, everyone. Kind of a segue from the voting that you just talked about. I want to thank the town clerk's office,
I figured
the
you'd do that.
deputy town clerk, and all of the election workers. There were over 1,000 absentee votes cast, and the day of the polls, there were almost 1,700 votes cast. So around 61% of the people came to the polls, and around 38% came.
How many registered
via
voters do we have?
That's a good question for the town clerk. I don't have that. in front of
Everybody's
me.
asking me. but
Okay.
I think it's around 5,000.
She has that on her.
Yeah,
Resident,
I
yeah.
can get that for you. I know, so
The
in
kids
that,
don't vote, so you can't count them.
Well, they're
Pardon?
supposed to.
Oh, they're supposed to.
but it was 2,756 total voters on Tuesday.
That was 60%,
So
so
that's a good voter
it'd be
turnout.
like
yeah, no kidding.
4,500.
But he said he'll put you in when you came.
And I guess the other item I'd like to mention is I'll be working with the Recreation Director, Katie Neal, to set up a meeting in December regarding Clark Cove. It will likely be in this room. We're going to run an ad in the Anchor in December. We haven't picked the final date yet, but it'll be a public meeting, and we will kind of propose the more simplified plan that's recently been discussed
Thank you.
at the Select Board meeting.
Yeah.
And we will invite public comment, and we will invite the Select Board if you want to come, or we will inform you of, what occurs at the meeting.
That was pretty exciting. I'll probably come.
Okay,
I can use
yeah,
some
yeah.
excitement.
And we will likely videotape that meeting, too, because I think there's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
interest in that. And then the other item is just to remind you that on Tuesday, it's Veterans Day, and the American Legion Post in Haprswell usually has a very brief ceremony at the Old Town Meeting House at Haprswell Center at 11 o'clock, so you're all invited to attend if you're
11 on the
here.
11th.
Yeah,
Easy to remember.
thank you.
All right.
Oh,
Well-
and Debbie, I think, would like to speak to you about
Yes. Yeah.
an update on the reval. Yeah, wonderful.
How many pages is that?
Bullet points. I just quickly typed it up. Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Turner. I'm the assessor's agent. And I would just want to provide everyone with an update of the reval. Currently, our workers are working north of the Oak Ledge Road on Cundy's Harbor, the Mountain Road, and south of Oak Ledge Island Road on Cundy's Harbor. The data collectors have completed the following areas. They've completed Route 123, Bailey Island, Orrs Island, Gun Point, Long Point, Doughty Point, and the north end of Great Island up to Cundy's Harbor Road. And so Additionally, the data entry people are in the process of entering the data of those that live on 123. So they've already gotten our data from our data collectors for 123 and the southern section of Bailey Island. So for those that live in that area and did not get their inspections done, Vision will be sending out a letter to those people to see if they want to do an inspection.
You mean
Interior inspection. Yep, interior inspections. So they cannot call our office to set up or schedule an appointment. They will have to call Vision to set up an appointment for the data collectors to come and visit. So, if
So,
you.
and if an interior isn't done, they make assumptions about what's inside,
Correct.
and it could
Correct.
be far more than what's.
Well,
inside.
basically, they're using what we've had previously, and if they have to make assumptions, then yes, yeah,
Okay.
estimating type thing. If you live north of Hugh Avenue on Bailey Island and are uncertain that you have had an inspection done, you can call Amelia or I in the assessing office, and we can set up appointments for those people, for those areas that I mentioned that are on north of Hugh Avenue, Orr's Island, Gun Point, Long Point, Doughty Point, or on the northern section of Cundy's Harbor. We still have those cards, so our data collectors can schedule for those areas through our office. Let's see. Sorry, had keynotes here. So the data collectors are working in that area. Additionally, so far, we've done 1,942 interior and exteriors are done. We have 1,319 exteriors only that are done. So far, we have 64% of our town has been visited so far for this project. So do you have any questions about the property reval?
Do you feel as though they're on pace with where you expected them to be at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are doing very well. So basically, as soon as they're done with doing Great Island, they are also starting to work on the commercial, which I need to know more of an area where they're working. Like they did start doing some commercial properties on the north end of 123. So I don't know if they're going to finish up Great Island and then continue doing the commercial, or if they're working both. I'm not 100% certain there. But I did want to additionally let people know that it's not just real estate that's being done as the reevaluation, but we're also doing our business personal property that's going to be also having a reevaluation done. And the town hired KRT appraisals to do our reval for 2026. And Amelia and I just mailed out all the business personal property declarations and a form letter letting all the recorded businesses in the town of Haprswell know that James, I'm going to, not very good at his last name, Ventu, and Kayla Bowl will be the data collectors from KRT. On our town website, we have photos of the two of them. We have the vehicles that they will be driving. They also will have their name ID on them too. And also on the town website is a copy of the letters that we mailed out to all the businesses. So for those businesses we do not know about, you can look at that section and call us if you are a business that did not receive a letter from us and would like to have the reval KRT personal property come and visit you, you can do that by calling us at the town office. Everything that we sent out to these businesses, copies are on our town website. So basically, they are starting this week. They have gone out, and they will finish the project in July of 2026. So they're going to be a month ahead of the real estate reval part. So what we are doing for the businesses, if they are interested in scheduling appointments, they can call Amelia and I at the town office, and we will get their phone numbers, and we will give them to Jim and Kayla, the phone numbers, so that they can call them to set up an appointment that works best for both of them, type thing. So Amelia and I will not be scheduling appointments, but we will take the phone numbers, email them to KRT, and they will set up the appointments. So that's about it. So everything is going well so far. The residents have been very nice to everybody, and
Good.
they kind of like the name Michael Jackson. Is one of our data collectors. We just overheard somebody in the town clerk's office going, "Did you know you had a data collector named Michael Jackson?" So, but they're good guys. So I hope
Yeah.
that everybody is pleased with how they are presenting themselves to them as they're coming onto your property and stuff like that. So,
I've heard no complaints, which is unusual.
yeah.
Do they go together, the two of them, or do they go to?
They're going to be separate.
Oh, they're
Right
separate.
now, I know it's Kayla that is in Haprswell right now. So,
Thank you.
okay,
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
all right.
Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Request for proposals for winter sand and financing for the boat launch. Oh my,
So this is an annual RFP that comes before the board. I'm okay, all right. Time to get bids for winter sand, so this is the standard RFP. We estimate about 1,500 cubic yards. We ask about sending this out with a short turnaround, as this one has not tended to need a lot of time. And while we're fully stocked in the salt shed, we do want to have a vendor ready for the pending weather that we may get eventually. So looking for approval to send this out.
So moved.
So seconded.
no conversation, all in favor?
The second one is for the long-term financing for the boat launch project. Now, the Select Board may recall that UFASI, David Eisenthal, and you had a workshop with him, and then he did send a follow-up letter. It's tied into the $6 million borrowing for the Central Services Building, Emergency Services Building. The analysis showed that it was not a significant, it was 0.9 of a point difference in interest to go to the market on our own or to go to the Maine Municipal Bond Bank. The boat launch is really going faster than the Emergency Services Building, and so that analysis was done together, but also he had some separate analysis as well. And instead of making this part of the bond anticipation note borrowing, which will be coming before you probably at the next meeting for the Central Emergency Services Building, I'm here tonight to recommend that we go out for bidding to local banks for the $1,150,500. That bond amount makes me laugh, but that borrowing for the boat launch, as you were all there earlier this week, and since then, they've done quite a bit more work as well. We're seeing pictures, and I'm going to go down there myself tomorrow. But I will say, since I've issued this, I've changed the schedule, the dates, and we're hoping that our bond counsel can review it and make sure that those dates are acceptable, as they need to prepare all of the closing documents. But so if you could please approve this with some flexibility on the timeline.
How much flexibility?
Well, what I'm proposing now is to move it up from December
Okay.
12th to December 4th, and to have the issuance date on December 19th,
Okay.
Subject to review by
subject to
legal
review by
counsel.
legal to make sure that around the holiday, I'm not certain that bond counsel will be available to do
Yeah.
that, so
Okay.
it may go back to the older schedule or somewhere in between.
Okay, I move we go out for a proposal.
I'll second it.
Discussion, all in favor?
Yep.
All right. Lakeside concrete cutting contract regarding the removal at administration building.
Yes, so this is a project we've been talking about for quite some time. We had the voters weigh in, and they approved demolition of what's called the administration building at Mitchell Field. We put the project out to bid, and the lowest figure came in from Lakeside Concrete Cutting Incorporated out of Cumberland Forside, Maine, for $144,100. It includes the removal of hazardous materials that have been identified in a report that is basically part of the contract. It's called the Beacon Environmental Report. We didn't make copies for everyone, but the town and the vendor, the contractor, have that report, and we expect them to remove the materials that are mentioned in that report. Obviously, if something new comes to light, then that might be a change order, and we'd have to deal with it if or when that happened. But the company has a lot of experience in this type of work, and they have indicated that they can do this project within 1 month, and we are proposing that that happen in December, and that the board sign the agreement tonight. I will tell you, the president of that company has already signed the agreement. We had legal review after it was posted on Tuesday, so I would say that it kind of cleaned up the language for the most part, and then there was a substantive addition. We required the company to have at least $1 million of pollution environmental liability insurance coverage, which they have, and they have already provided us with their coverage certificate. So there were a few tweaks in the contract, and we didn't repost it because I think it's, essentially similar to what you had.
All right,
It's not going to interfere with them doing the boat launch.
No, I
at
mean, there's
all.
going to have to be some coordination, and Wyman and Simpson
I
have
was-
known about this.
I was
and,
just, that answers the second.
The other day, when you were down there for your photo op, I asked the president, Kim Sir, if he was familiar with the company. He is. He's worked with them before, so
Perfect.
I think we can work through these things. Yeah, good question.
I will move that we approve this agreement, and takes one signature.
Yeah,
So
would you authorize the chair? I think.
The chair?
Yeah.
Okay. Authorize the chair to sign it.
Yeah, I will second it.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Like that. Treasurer's report?
Good evening, Terry Gaudet, the town treasurer, here to report on the town's finances as of October 31, 2025. Cash balances was $5.2 million. The outstanding balance of our tax anticipation note borrowing was $700,000, which was paid on October 10th, with interest coming in at just under $40,000, well within the budget. The outstanding 2025 taxes as of October 31 is $5.6 million. 2024 outstanding taxes, a little over $27,000. And my main focus right now are those 2023 taxes. Tomorrow, I just prepared my impending foreclosure notices that will go out by certified and regular mail tomorrow to the 10 parcel owners. I've spoken with most of them, and they're aware that it's coming, and they're very well aware of the foreclosure date of December 17th. Feel that that will hopefully all work out as it usually does, and we're fortunate in that case. On the revenue and expense item side, excuse me, non-property tax revenue available to reduce taxes, $2.8 million, 92% of the forecast. In 10 months, we would want to make sure that we're at 83%, so we're doing good there. The town has collected almost 97% of the excise tax forecast. And as previously mentioned, some of our other significant revenues, including permits, fees, recycling center, and interest, have exceeded or ahead of 10 months of the forecast. The revenue sharing forecast looks like it will be met. And the homestead payment, while we don't receive that all within this year, it has been recorded as a receivable for when we receive that in 2026, excuse me. In October, the town did receive its insurance settlement regarding the salt shed building. We received just under $28,000 for damage to that salt shed, but I believe we won't be doing the repairs until spring.
We have not been able to find someone that is ready to do the work, and we haven't been provided with any estimates for the work, so something we're
We're
working
going
on.
to get some of the salt and sand out of there by spring, so that's a
Yeah, I
little
mean,
easier to work
that's
on.
probably
Yeah.
what's going to happen at this point, yeah, yeah.
Does it need to be tarped to keep the weather out, do you know, or?
We've been talking about whether or not that needs to be done. I don't think we've made a final decision on that.
I'll take a peek before the
Okay.
sand gets here.
Okay,
Blue tarp.
Fit right in.
yeah.
Spending through October have been within the approved budget amounts. There's a couple of accounts being monitored closely. Some departments also on the appropriation control report appear to have exceeded 10 months of expenditures. Of course, that's due to timing of payments, like some of our contracted areas. There are some accounts underspent, such as marine projects, deciding not to purchase seed, and debt service, again, due to timing of payments. You will see on the appropriation control report a new category now for FEMA expenses. We have several things going on in the FEMA world. Again, your fire administrator, Mike Drake, did an amazing job following through with all that paperwork and getting the $611,000 that we received this year. And with Little Island Road coming in less than the funding that was received, MEMA has just issued a letter today that says that we can keep those remaining funds. They just have to be used on another resilience project. And there's recording document, requirements, of course. But as we get going, you'll see more and more FEMA categories, because we're just going to go ahead and spell that out by each one, by each project, if you will, which will affect your capital reserve side, because some of those expenses I'll be moving into the FEMA categories. And then I just do a quick review on what you have spent on reserve expenditures and ARPA funding.
Yeah.
And that's it. Are there any questions?
Our heating system seems to be working pretty well. It's 68 in here right now.
Comfy.
Is that,
Comfy.
it is.
Do you think revenue forecast will continue to exceed for the last 2 months? Or do you think it's just do you think those are because of timing and stuff too, kind of like some of the expenditures, and they'll balance out?
I think they'll still exceed, like, for example, excise
I was just looking, yeah.
can be very high in December because of the end-of-year car sales.
Yeah, true, good point, thank you.
So
Yeah.
we do see usually that
Yeah.
come through pretty good. As far as the heat, that's up and down.
Yeah, is it?
Today's a good day.
Okay.
I shouldn't leave on that note. It is a much better system, obviously, than what we had, and they're still doing some tweaks, but they make themselves very available to do so, because they have that computer that they can log in and do remotely. So that is helpful.
What a country, huh?
I know. I kind of miss those guys, though.
Thank you.
Poor Tim. All right. Treasurer, authorization of the warrants. Got those right there. No public comment.
Well, I move we authorize the warrants.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor? We just, all right.
Didn't we add, when this, what was the one
Yep.
after? Oh,
The
the medical
addendum.
vehicle.
Oh, the vehicle, yeah, so this is one of the paramedic vehicles that the town does purchase as part of the contract. And there was an accident several years ago, and they asked if they could use one of the vehicles that we weren't currently using, that they had returned, or that we had, no, they're using one of the vehicles that came from the sheriff's department, excuse me,
Right.
that gets returned to the town. The paramedic vehicles, they don't get returned to the town down the road, right? Yeah, that's separate. But they needed one of these sheriff's vehicles because it takes a long time to get this custom paramedic vehicle. So we loaned it to them,
Like
leased it to them for
5 years
$1.
About 5 years ago.
I think it was 2022, I think,
Really?
when I looked back.
I remember Dave Hudson running around like a
Yeah,
wild man.
yeah,
They needed
yeah,
it that
yeah.
day.
And so the original contract ended February of 2025, and then they asked to extend it to September 30 of 2025, and now they've asked to extend it to the end of this year.
Is it because they're still waiting on theirs?
Yeah.
I think they have some work that needs to be done before they
Yeah.
can put it into operation.
I move we approve that.
Yeah.
I second it.
What else we're going to do?
Yeah, whatever they want. All in
Okay.
favor?
Thank you.
Any other business? Nothing?
Nothing I can think of.
No. In that case, we're adjourned.
Okay.